first heard about innovative property advocates and the Sellers Advocacy Service by complete chance when I met Catherine at an event. It was actually the perfect timing because my husband and I had been discussing selling our house the night before the event. In fact, we'd been discussing selling our house for quite some time, but both of us are time-poor professionals and neither of us really wanted to deal with a real estate agent. So I was quite excited when I met Catherine. What appealed to me the most about the Sellers Advocacy Service was that I knew that I would have someone working on my side in order to get me the best possible price for our property. Now that we've sold the property, one of the things I found most valuable through the process and through working with a seller's advocate was that my husband was away for the last 2 weeks of our month-long campaign. And during that time, I had to make some really tough decisions. And through that period of time, Catherine, who was my seller's advocate, was an absolute gem and provided me with so much support. She provided an unbiased opinion. She kept me up to date almost every day with what was happening, and she was able to communicate with me in a way that broke through a lot of the industry jargon, something that I find quite difficult to understand. And I can honestly say that throughout this entire process, I didn't lose one night's sleep. And I don't know if too many people who have just sold their house can say that. My husband and I are very happy with our end result and completely satisfied with the service that we were given. I've got to say that when it came to the final negotiation, I feel as though if we didn't have Catherine working as our seller's advocate, I believe we would have either sold for less or we would have taken the house off the market. It was because of Catherine's tenacity and understanding and experience of the negotiation process that we were able to sell for the price that we did. We found that the service was absolutely great value for money, and we saw that from day one. We saw the value that Catherine was able to provide. Not only did she get us the best sales price possible for our property, but we were able to save on real estate agent fees and advertising. So before we'd even sold the property, we were already saving money. In my personal opinion, going to and dealing with a real estate agent is very different to the experience of having a seller's advocate. I believe that a real estate agent is there to sell a house in order to make commission. So that means that they're going to be motivated to shift a property rather than to sell for the best price. In dealing with a seller's advocate, you have someone there who is acting in your best interest and there to get you the best possible price. The difference, in my opinion, between having a real estate agent and dealing with a seller's advocate was that there were no lies, there was no manipulation, and no sleazy sales tactics. I would highly recommend working with Catherine from Innovative Property Advocates. And the reason being was that throughout the entire process, I trusted her 100% to be working in our best interest. I also had complete confidence that not only were we going to get the best price for our property, but that Catherine was able to negotiate some great real estate agent fees, as well as negotiate a reasonable advertising fee. I had peace of mind that I was working with someone who was an expert in the property market and had a wealth of experience in real estate. And finally, throughout the entire process, there were a lot of difficult decisions to be made, something that I really wasn't expecting. Catherine was able to provide guidance. She made the entire process easier for us and made it a lot less stressful. And I can honestly say that looking back on this process, it was quite smooth, relaxed, and even a little bit fun.